What's going on, everyone? Welcome into a special spooky episode of Bourbon and Bullshit. Today we are joined by the one and only Aurora Fable, our Gothic Goddess herself. We're going to be sharing some scary stories, some of our favorite horror movies of all time, and just some great drinks. So hopefully you guys enjoy and be safe, everyone. Now let's start the show. All right, guys, so we are back. This is part 2 of Bourbon and All Hallows Eve. What's Follows Eve? All Hallows Eve is, but this time it's just myself and Miss Aurora Fable, and we're gonna get a little bit off of our normal script, not our normal questions. But Aurora, welcome back.
Hi.
How are you feeling in the last 13 seconds?
Oh my God, I'm feeling like amazing.
Good. The whiskey's working. Whiskey helps at all times. So I did want to, because we both have a great appreciation for everything spooky and gothic and horror. We did talk a little bit in the previous episode about our favorite horror movies and tropes and things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about, now that we're in Halloween, we've talked about it a little bit before, but what are your favorite, like, I don't want to say rituals because you do the witchcraft stuff, but like favorite Halloween, like, yeah, rituals every year. What do you do? Like,
I love you just sunk right into it.
Yeah, just fuck it. Except that
I mean, there's a lot that, and it depends again because, you know, where the moon is, how full is it before Halloween, and Samhain, what we do on the day. I always do a table to all of past spirits that I do want to speak to again, invite them in if they want to like come and say hi. You know, the veil is a little bit thinner on All Hallows Eve. So it's always fun to like do that. So we'll do like pictures, kind of like an ofrenda.
No,
but
for those that might be new to the show, can you give a little bit of context why I asked you about rituals?
So in line of like witchcraft, we do have what's called rituals. So we do things like light candles. We have different incense that we do. Crystals do take a part in some of our practice. As witches, we just have that for each and every day, month when the moon is there. And then we also have holidays. And All Hallows Eve is one of the holidays.
Okay. So, and you do this ritual every year?
Every year. So I do, like I said, like photos, and of course we light candles to kind of like guide them here. I'll usually place books for my uncle because he was an avid book reader, and a cup of coffee, photos of people. So, but it's just something fun that we do. But then of course, like as Halloween spirit, not traditional Halloween, but like the commercial Halloween, dressing up with my family, go running around with the candies. But then we always go back to the house and we sit in the front and we pass out candy. And usually I'm dressed as a witch. Ha 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 ha. And
you dress like a witch?
Oh my God, that's like almost all my wardrobe. And just sit outside and pass out candy, and we listen to really bad like 70s and 80s music. And I just love doing that.
Oh my God. Like what?
Look, you know, we mix in, you know, the Thriller, Michael Jackson and everything. But it's just, we're going to listen to like, Creedence and Clearwater. We're going to listen to like some fun things from like Queen, or just some
awesome.
obnoxious music just playing.
Some throwback shit for no good reason.
Yes.
That's appreciated that. I appreciate that. But that's a cool tradition. I mean, you do have a full family.
Yeah.
So you get to do some of the fun things, and your daughter, when she sees you do your...
She joins in with me, and it's great.
Does she have any questions? Is she like, hey, what the fuck is this?
I mean, she does, but like now that she's 6, like she understands. So we just had a full moon. We had a super moon on the 17th of September. And that was really, really fun because like, you know, we go outside. We have a ritual where we dance under the full moon, recharge ourselves, light candles, play a really fun track. And that's Desi gets to be the DJ. She gets to pick the song.
Oh, shit.
That kind of like... especially if it's in the middle of the month, it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the month. So she picked Hot to Go by Chapel Roan.
I love your daughter. I love your daughter, so but that's a terrible song.
I'm like, this is great. Under the super harvest moon, and like you're just playing Chapel Roan. This is fabulous.
Guys,
If you weren't here for part one, we are still very much enjoying Von Payne Black. It's the black currant whiskey blend. Well, it's a whiskey infused with black currant. And with a really super dope and gothic gargoyle on the top. So we're still enjoying that as we get into the thick of it. Just want to make sure that you guys knew we stay true to what we do here at Bourbon and Bullshit. We are still drinking. Yeah. Because we're about to get into deep of it. I don't really have many traditions or anything like that for Halloween. I used to back in the day. What I would do is, I guess I still kind of do, and she's going to be listening, but I adore my beautiful, beautiful fiance. But because, I have to like spend time with her and stuff, I don't do what I would normally do prior to relationship, where I would fucking binge every Halloween and binge every movie just back to back to back.
Yeah.
I would just like watch the Halloween films in a row, where I don't think that she will stay awake for the whole thing.
Well, that is a lot.
It is a lot, but I enjoy every single one of them.
It's
a whole day affair. It's a whole fucking day, and she's magical when it comes to napping, because she could just fall asleep suddenly. It's like a fucking superpower. I was just like I would be in the middle of talking to her, and I'd look up.
Woman is busy, okay? Like, let her have her disco naps.
She's just fucking out. She's gone. I was like, I was just talking to you. Like, what the fuck happened here?
Well, it says a lot then.
It says a lot about how boring I could be. I don't know why I'm not doing a show, but whatever. I think it's gonna just keep getting people drunk. No, but that was my old school tradition, is just watching. Like, I would pick a genre of movie, or say, I want to see a bunch of slashers. And I would just go with that vibe. Or I want to see supernatural, or I want to see found footage. Yeah. And I would just go down a rabbit hole of, I'll see one found footage. It's like, all right, we need 13 more. And just
I love it. Yeah.
Go ham. Because I don't have kids or anything. But I would put out bowls of candy back in the day. But some kids are dicks.
Yeah, they'll take it all. So that's why I like sitting in front of them, because they're like, I know you. Yeah. I've seen you.
Hey, asshole in the cowboy hat. You were here earlier. You and your fucking dad, get off my property. Get off my goddamn property.
I know you want extras. It's fine.
But definitely not as much as I used to. And it's just because I think like it's boring for her. Like, well, not boring. I think it's exhausting for her, where I'm just like all the way in.
I mean, like handing out candy or watching Halloween?
Watching Halloween. Watching 13 hours of movies in a row.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
unless you're like binge watching like Lord of the Rings. Like,
fuck no. God, no. But I would pick like a genre. Like back in the day, I would say, all right, we're going to see 80s slashers. Or like I would just do that. And I would just,
I dig that.
Like for a weekend, just binge as much as I could. Fucking stop for like food and shit and move on. But other than that, I would just pick a trope.
I love that.
It used to be my favorite thing to do. And my sister and my cousin used to watch horror movies with me too. And we'd just sit there for like just zombied out. Just the fuck.
And then you throw on like a really crazy costume and go to the like Halloween party.
Yeah.
Take it. All right, cool.
And every year we used to throw massive parties in this house. And you've been to a couple of them. I think one time we've had over 100 people show up in and out of the house. I was like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
I still remember like we showed up to your house because it was the first stop, because we had another party we had to go to, and it was a theme party. So I remember walking in with my husband, and I'm like, everyone's going to look at us really weird. That's fine. And we were there for like an hour and no one knew about my husband Norby had like a mask on. I'm like, well.
Bro, I had so many people in my house one time that the AC just couldn't keep up.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Like it was set at like 72.
Well, because of course, like you always think that's like Halloween, so it's going to be a crisp 60 degrees outside. Yeah, no, bitch. It's like 90 degrees outside.
For those not who don't know where we're based off, we're in fucking Florida.
Yep.
Where it's never cold enough for Halloween.
No, I mean, there was that cold snap like a few years ago, but the past few years has just been brutal. Yeah. And of course, my lovely daughter, even though, because we always theme every year, this year was supposed to be the Haunted Mansion. So we were going to go as characters from the Haunted Mansion. And of course, and my daughter is now 6. So she is the little dictator in her house. And so now she's changed it. We are now going as Barbie. And she is a picnic Barbie. And I am Goth Mom Barbie.
Is Norby going to be Ken enough for this?
Ken, but he is Thunderstruck Ken. So it is the headband, it is the horse medallion, and it is the fur coat.
Oh, we're looking this up.
Oh, yeah. So it is the main outfit.
Oh, my God.
The main outfit. But of course, he was able to finagle her to say, Daddy will wear a shirt, because he is not going to go bare-chested.
He's never bare-chested with that much hair.
Exactly. My husband is half Italian, and that is definitely.
And the other half is Wookiee. The other half is Wookiee.
He's my beast of a man. It's fine.
But
so yeah, that's definitely.
I like that she's a little dictator. She's telling you what the fuck is gonna happen.
Oh, she's a little Leo, so of course, like everything is her way or the highway.
Whatever. But that's cool. I actually like those traditions, and I like the fact that you've made it into a family affair. And maybe at some point when we're done with school, my fiance and I think even though we're older, I still want to hold more Halloween parties.
Yeah,
and still do the fun things. I think that's one of the few things that I really, really enjoy so much. That hey, can we do this? Like, I'm very compromising with whatever she wants, but that is one thing. Is hey. I know you don't like a lot of people, but for 24 hours, make believe. Just fucking fake
Look, I'll keep you fed and happy and give you liquor. Please do this.
Just fucking fake it for 24 hours. That's all you gotta do.
I'll leave you alone for a week. So
it won't even be 24 hours. It won't even be 24 hours. I need you to fake it for 6. And even then, pick a costume that makes you a dick to people. Be Cruella de Vil or some shit. Something that makes you mean.
Oh, that'd be so cute though.
I'm not dressed as a Dalmatian. I'm going to be very clear on this.
Oh my gosh, we can put like sweaters on the girls. It'll be great.
That could work.
That would be perfect. Little spots.
One of the costumes. So I was going to ask you about what is your favorite costume you've ever made or done? What's the favorite costume you've had? And what's one costume you wish or can't wait to have at some point?
That's hard.
Because I know, like, look, I'm going to be the first to say this. Not the first. I'm not the first to say this, but I'll say it right now. As you become an adult, it's not that I grew up. I just have adult money.
Yay.
So it doesn't mean I don't want to play dress up. It's just now I could do it better.
It's like the thing is, like, with Halloween costumes is I kind of go a little lax because it's Halloween. So like you're going to like parties or whatever, and I cosplay. Like back in the day it was just cosplay. So like in essence I am dressing up for Halloween all the time.
Or I don't get to do that because I refuse your advances and like, hey, I'll pay for the costumes.
Well, no, like
I'll pay for the costumes here.
There's one costume that like I really want to work on, and I kind of already worn it, but I want to actually make the costume, and it's from Beetlejuice, and it is Dolores' costume, so Monica Bellucci. So I technically already had the costume, and I wore it for one of her shows, the Tim Burton show for Midnight Fables, and I really enjoyed it so much. I want to make a movie accurate costume of that.
That would be dope.
It's so pretty, and it's such a simple costume, but it's just so many layers to it, and it's so pretty.
I'll tell you my favorites. My favorite that I've made on my own. Well, not made. I did one year as a pimp named Slickback.
Oh my god!
From the show
you
Boondocks,
did.
and I practiced the Cat Williams voice. And
good lord!
And I guess a pimp named Slickback. I can't do it right now because
can't.
You have to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. But I got a tailor-made purple suit.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, I paid a lot of money for this purple suit because I was like, adult money. Fuck it, we're doing this. Got fake alligator shoes with the gold tips.
I love it.
A full wig, fucking curly, like glorious wig, because at the time I was dating a girl who had wigs.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, you could take one of these. Like, I don't use it. And I was like, okay, how expensive is it? She's like, it's a good wig. Don't fuck it up.
Oh no, don't get stupid with it.
And she was one of my house.
My house.
So we were in character the whole night. I had a cane, everything.
Oh my god.
I had a fake gold tooth. It was fantastic.
Oh my god.
But it was one of the funniest ones because the whole time people were like, are you going to talk like this all day? I was like, huh?
No.
Bitch, this is my real voice.
It's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not pretending.
A pimp named Slickback only sounds one way, girl.
Oh my god.
And they were like, what the fuck is going on with you? But it was one of my favorite ones. One of the ones my fiance and I keep talking about doing is one of the movies I didn't I found out at some point in our relationship that she really enjoys is The Fifth Element.
Cute, yeah.
So she was gonna be Lilu or whatever her name is, and I was gonna be Bruce Willis's character.
Lulu Dallas.
Yeah,
Multipass.
Yeah, Multipass. But I was like, it's pretty basic, but it would be dope to do together. Corbin Dallas or whatever his name is, and I would just fucking do a blonde hair,
Dallas,
blonde share, like paint on my hair or something. Whatever the fuck. But I think it'll be a dope couple's costume. I think it
would be cute.
Yeah, that's one I would want to do. What
That'd
about
be
so?
really cute.
What is your favorite one? I know you said what the one you wanted to
Yeah,
do.
I want to do Monica Bellucci. See, that's the thing is like as you were talking, like I was going through everything, and like there's so many costumes that I've done and I've redone and everything else. One year I did Morticia Addams, and I've done Morticia Addams like 3-4 times. One right after I had the baby because we were the Addams family after Desi was born. But this one costume that I did, it was one of my first like bodycon costumes. I made out of material, which of course all my costumes out there, it had no stretch at all to it. And it was almost like it was like a corseted costume, and it was accurate to the movie. And I just felt like such a badass in every aspect of the costume. Like it went perfect, and I was sewing up to like the hour before I had to throw on makeup and get out the door for the party. And I think I wore the dress for like an hour, and it was just the most phenomenal that I felt like. So like that one's one of my favorites. Another one's The Watchmen.
Oh, you did The Watchmen?
Yeah.
No,
I've done that one. So I've done multiple characters from The Watchmen, and I love the comic book. And so when the movie came out, like that was just it was just like candy to me. And I did we did like a group cosplay for Halloween of the costumes, and just being a part of that group and making the costumes, that was really fun.
The Watchmen's a dope one.
Yeah, I really like this.
This is you're very much more a next level like cosplayer than I am.
Well, yeah, because like I've
you
been
make
doing
your own
it for,
costumes.
yeah,
You've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, ever since like I learned how to sew back in elementary school, so it's just been evolving.
Where I am just a clunky man with just big hands that I don't know what to do with.
Like all you need is a glue gun and some cardboard, and you got yourself a costume.
Or a sugar mama who is
I will make you a Bane costume
Yay!
in a night. I'm telling you what.
I think you would overly enjoy that process.
I would.
It'd be like, oh, he finally caved. I'm not letting him
I'm not letting him go.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I have to finish this before he
We're
changes his
gonna
mind.
do this.
But
Well, you don't know it's already done. It's underneath the table.
this is not. I wasn't here for the show. I brought the costume, motherfucker.
I knew this.
I knew this day would come. But so you've had a couple things that you've had going on recently too. I want to kind of circle back to you and Midnight Fables Cabaret. You've had a couple things, especially right now, because this episode should be releasing right at the peak of spooky season.
Yay.
Tell us what you got lined up for spooky season and some big announcements I'm sure are coming now.
I do. So in spooky season, so we started off spooky season with Tim Burton in September, and that was a phenomenal show. And depending on when this comes out, October, we have on the 19th Phobias. So all of our performers, which we have a cast of 10 amazing performers, are portraying your favorite and not really loved phobias. So like arachnophobia, fear of spiders.
Yeah.
And then I always get it wrong, but it's the fear of clowns, and it's like bluophobia. It looks like balloon, which I think is kind of comical for
the fear of clowns. Is coulrophobia.
There you go. I always think it's with a B.
Coulrophobia.
I try to say that 3 times.
Can't do that.
Or like hemophobia, or nyctophobia is one of my favorites.
What's nyctophobia?
Is fear of darkness.
Really?
Yeah. So fear of like being in the dark. So not having like a nightlight on. So like that is really, really cool.
You know which phobia I didn't realize freaked me out until I kept staring at it?
What?
Tripophobia?
Tryptophobia? Yeah.
Yeah, the holes.
Yes. So we have a performer with that.
Jesus! Why?
Look, I just get some really amazing performers and they're just like, hey, I got this. I want to work through it. Let's do this. I'm like, bet. Come on.
I didn't know. Like, like when you're just doom scrolling and something pops up. It's like, what the fuck is that? I was like, why is that weird? Why is that really weird to me? And it didn't really, it's like, I'm not afraid of it, but it's gross to me.
Yeah, it triggers something within you.
Yeah,
so it might not be a phobia per se for you to where it's like, I cannot stand this, but hey, it gets you thinking. That's what I love about it. So yeah, we're doing a burlesque show for our phobias. We're polishing.
Are you performing?
No.
Okay.
No, I gave I did nyctophobia when we first did phobias a few years ago, and to our one of our performers, Cersei Celeste, who is just absolute phenomenal. So she's going to be doing the nyctophobia.
I actually almost told you to bring her on to the show because I've liked her like her characters, I like her style, and I like she's one of the she seems quiet.
No, so she's
in a few interactions. So I'm like I'm wondering.
She's great. She's absolutely great. So because she graduated from the burlesque conservatory, so our schooling, and after that she just shot for the stars. She was amazing.
Okay.
So, and really down to earth and really fun loving. Great costumer too. So would be fun to have.
All right. There's another phobia I thought.
Yeah.
Is thalassophobia.
Hmm.
It is it's a phobia, intense phobia or fear of large or deep water.
Ooh.
Like, I am terrible at pronouncing things. Hey guys, I've been drinking, so shut up. Someone's like, that's not how you pronounce it. I'm also Dominican. Shut up. Like, be happy that this isn't in Spanglish. Thalassophobia. Yes, fear of the ocean. And part of it's because I can't swim.
Yeah, that's right. I always forget about that. Yeah. I think it's pretty comical.
Yeah, me too. I'm from an island, but the island's Manhattan, so it's not the one that you guys racists think. Like racist.
But still, like you might fall in from a boat.
Where in Manhattan do you want to swim?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
So why would I learn?
Okay. Yeah, true.
like there's not one body of water.
See,
in Manhattan.
I was born and raised in Florida. Like I had to learn how to swim. Like
because gators are chasing you in the water.
No.
You have to learn how to swim.
Well, they don't normally chase you in the waters. They're pretty docile.
That's the most Florida shit I've ever heard in my life.
Look,
that is the
unless
most Florida shit I've ever heard in my life.
They'll come after you if you have like food. But
you
like,
are food.
Not really. They're afraid of you.
I'm not doing this. So you have that show on October 19th.
Yes, October 19th.
And it's going to, if anyone wants to get tickets, that's an Eventbrite. Follow them.
Eventbrite. Follow Eventbrite. Yeah. By following us on Eventbrite, Big Bang Boom Collective, you'll be notified when tickets go on sale. Mm-hmm. And we get our coveted VIP guest. You get little goodie bag, and inside the goodie bag, you get chances to win our door prizes from our lovely sponsors.
I have not won a door prize once. Is it because I'm part of the sponsor stuff?
Maybe.
That's also.
I mean, it's
rude.
I can't rig it. So,
I know, I'm being funny. Like,
you know what? Maybe I'll do that next time. I'll be like, you're not getting one.
I mean, that'd be fair. That's fine. But that's awesome. Like, I think. Because I've had a lot of people reach out to me. The Mad Harpist, my buddy David, a couple people. Megan is just graduated from the conservatory.
We're so happy.
So a couple people have like reached out. They're like, "Oh my god! Like, oh, when are you going to show? When are the shows?" So I had to send them the Eventbrite thing because you are banging out shows.
Yeah.
Every time I don't think there's one, there is.
Oh, I know. We're about to drop, we'll be dropping at this point in time, our 2025 season. So we're booked, ready to go. Like, have the themes come on down.
Every time I feel like I'm exhausted, I remember that people like Aurora exist that are not fucking stopping.
We can't because 2025, let me tell you, is a really packed year. So on your podcast, I'm officially announcing because I won't tell anybody else but you.
Yeah.
So from the previous episode and the one before that with the Red Death. So Masquerade of the Red Death is loved and beloved show, now award-winning. We are bringing it back for one more night. And it'll be at the Plaza Live on January 25th.
Yeah.
So it'll be a whole night.
I am beyond proud and excited for you.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm not always nice to her. But when she told me this, I was like, even when she won, before she won, I was like, I'm so fucking proud of you. Fucking, you killed it.
Yay.
And if you do yourself a fucking favor, go to that show.
I mean, thankfully with the Plaza Live, we do have more seats available than we did at during Fringe. And it's an experience because not only are you coming to the Plaza Live, which if you've never been to the Plaza Live, do yourself a favor and go. The new updates that they've done in it, it's absolutely stunning.
We were there recently.
Yeah, the whiskey business. And it's just really fun. But what we're doing with the Red Death is it's an immersive experience for you to be a part of the masquerade. And after our performance, you will be invited to the Prince's Masquerade, and we're going to have a party after. So it is a whole night event.
That is where you will have to help me dress accordingly.
Yes.
Because I am not great at looking put together all the time.
And we need everyone to dress up because it is going to be a really fun time.
You did give me shit. The other day, it's like, you typically are always put together. Like, yeah,
you typically are, but this is something that's even bigger.
Yeah, it's a ball.
It is a ball.
Do I have to wear a mask?
If you'd like, yeah.
I mean, I have to support however you want me to be. I will be that day.
If you get a VIP ticket, all of our VIP guests will get a mask from the Red Death cast.
All right, but I need it to be a cool mask.
Yeah.
Like you have to make my mask.
I can do that.
All right. I will do that. Don't fucking play with me.
Yes, it'll be great.
If it's not a fucking cool ass mask, we're fighting right after.
Okay, perfect. Let me die on stage first, and then once I get revived, and then you can kill me again. It'll be great.
Bet. So remind us of the time, the day. When is this?
So the times we're still at this point in time, we're still going over, but it will be in the evening time. It is a Saturday at the Plaza Live on January 25th.
January 25th, show, and then a ball, drinks,
after.
everything.
Yes, there will be a bar provided by the Plaza Live. Tickets are going to go sit on sale on, I believe, October 1st or around that time. So after this is dropped, and they will be through Orlando Weekly.
That is fantastic. I am beyond excited to be part of that and be there. And I'll support.
Fun.
I will be the most Prince Prospero you need me to be. Whatever the
Yes, you can dress up like the prince too, because of course we do have a table for VIP guests that is the prince's table. So, and you get to sit front row, dead center, and enjoying it with the cast.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. So
like
that's what we're
dead
gonna
center.
do. Dead center on the floor in front of the cast. Yeah. So it's an immersive experience. So the chairs that we're going to be put into it's going to be in a round. So no seat will have a bad view. You will get to see everyone. But then we'll also have like VIP cocktail tables that will be themed to the rooms. So there'll be 7 rooms and all themed to the colors. If you've read Mask of the Red Death, then you know.
This is going to be dope. I'm actually really, really, really excited for you.
Yeah.
And for those who have not seen the show, you done fucked up in your arm. You done fucked up. It was a fantastic show. And this is beyond, it's not just burlesque. It is a storytelling. It's a play. It's acting through dance, through like you have a narrator the whole time. And these ladies are just killing it, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
I enjoyed every single bit of it. And I'm gonna be blatantly honest, because I don't even know why I said it. I'm always fucking yelling and being honest. I'm probably way more honest than I should be. Masquerade of the Red Death, your sound, the playlist that you guys created is still on heavy rotation. I will show you on my Spotify that I listened to it recently.
I know. I always get the
you get it
updates on it. Yeah.
Oh, you see me?
Well, because we don't see like who plays it, but we see how many plays they're getting in rotation.
It's me. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's on my corner. It's like
you and a few of our other are really close friends that listen to it. So for anyone who has not seen it, we do have a Spotify playlist from Masquerade of the Red Death, and it not only includes the tracks that we used within the show, but it also includes tracks that we were considering for the show that we had in the background during rehearsals, just to get us in the mood.
Yeah, and what's great is I feel like you guys expanded the list. Like,
we did a little slightly during
like Memento Mori wasn't on there.
No, so we did it a little bit afterwards. We started adding a few more that we kind of used, and some of the performers used while they were preparing.
I think that's
for each show.
I think that's such a cool fucking little bit. Like, hey, while we were getting ready, this was getting us into the mood of it. It didn't make it to the list, but it was still inspired a lot of what we were doing.
So we keep adding to it every single day.
And as a guy who has Memento Mori literally tattooed on his arm, I was like, who's doing this? I looked around the gym. Who did this?
I know. Speaking of tattoos, the whole cast got a tattoo together. Yeah. So like this show, I know you never see it because my arms are covered. The whole cast decided to get together, and we had an amazing tattoo artist, Kylie Marie, and her entire shop joined together and did the entire cast. So for some of them, this is their first tattoo, which is awesome.
That is so fucking
But yeah,
dope.
so you don't see it. So we all got windows.
Oh my God, that's so fucking awesome.
So when you come and see the show, we have this really beautifully hand-drawn and painted window from Vanity Aurora, and we took that inspiration, and we each got our own individualized window.
That what's cool is also as being part of this in some way, shape, or form with you guys, like even the Bourbon and Burlesque t-shirt and all that stuff, and whatever I could do to support, because
you're awesome.
And whatever I could fucking do, came up with your drink for Bourbon and Burlesque and all that. Masquerade Red Death. Following all the ladies online and seeing their journeys is cool too, because you see like you're all very different.
Extremely different, yeah.
Very different personalities, very, very different content, but to bring all that into one room and make that meld, like it speaks a lot about you, your producers, and how you guys run things. You brought some of the best collectives of people have very, very unique, different lifestyles.
Well, I mean, I'm very blessed to have all of them, and that the fact that we hired a cast that truly melded together. Those few months that we had, once we found out that we were in Fringe, we only had 3 months. So until we had to perform this, and it was the scariest, most intense time, and getting the tattoo together really just kind of solidified the fact that this has changed all of us.
Yeah. Right.
So bringing it back one next time would be really awesome, which is great because it's right after we're going to find out if we're back in Fringe again for 2025. So,
well, shit, a lot's going on over here in the world of
See,
Aurora
I'm telling
Fable.
you, 2025 is going to be packed.
It should be. Let's just fucking get right. Guys, we're going to take a quick break from Barry Manilow is going to tell you not to drink and drive. But once we get back, we're going to get into some ghost stories and spooky tales. Be right back, guys.
As the sun sets and darkness creeps in, the waters grow restless. Beneath the surface, secrets lurk and shadows dance in the depths. But this Halloween season, there's one thing you should never let haunt your night: drinking and driving. Hey guys, as you're enjoying all of your Halloween treats, sweets, and drinks, make sure to not drink and drive. Drink responsibly, don't text your ex, avoid Amazon one-click buy, and don't split up when you hear a noise in the woods. Take care, guys, and back to the show.
Guys, we are back. For those who don't know, that's me who did that. Apparently yelling all night at an event and then coming in and your files transfer. It says, hey, we're going to convert it, but it might change the pitch, and you think nothing of it. And now I'm releasing an R&B album next year, guys.
It's fabulous.
It's going to be great. Don't know what the fuck to do with that. So we're going to go ahead and let Aurora actually blessed us with a throwback. I asked her, hey, let's have some ghost stories ready. It's something to share. It's something to read. And I'm going to let her go ahead.
Yay. Okay. So with this, I picked this story because it's, he's setting the mood. Y'all don't see this, but got a little spooky. Okay. I'm going to put on my reading glasses.
Well, do you need the, oh, you probably
I need a little bit of light.
You're right.
I'm in the dark.
There you go.
Okay. That's a little too bright, but you know what? We're going to go for it.
God damn it. Can never keep this lady happy.
Do what I say. So, ladies and gentlemen, they, thems, and all those in between. This is from Scary Stories, More Tales to Chill Your Bones, Part 3. And if anyone has this is a really well used and loved edition that I've had for years. I think there's a coffee stain in the back. Yes, there is a coffee stain in the back. Oh, yeah. You have a picture of it. No, that's another reason why I picked it. So this is honestly one of my favorites, and I'll explain why at the end. After Sarah went to bed, she saw a ghost. It was sitting on her dresser, staring at her through 2 black holes where its eyes should have been. She shrieked, and her mother and father came running in. "There's a ghost on my dresser," she said, trembling, "and it's staring at me." When they turned on the light, it was gone. "You were just having a bad dream," her father said. "Now go back to sleep." But after they left, there it was again, sitting on her dresser, staring at her. She pulled the blanket over her head and fell back asleep. The next night, the ghost was back. It was up on her ceiling, staring down at her. When Sarah saw it, she screamed, and again, her mother and father came running. "It's up on the ceiling," she said. When they turned on the light, nothing was there. "It's just your imagination," her mother said, and gave her a hug. But after they left, there it was again, staring down at her from the ceiling. She put her head under her pillow and fell back asleep. The next night, the ghost was back. It was sitting on her bed this time, staring at her. Sarah called to her parents and they came running. "It's now on my bed," she said. "It's looking and looking at me." When they turned on the light, nothing was there. "You're upset over nothing," her father said. He kissed her on the nose and tucked her back in. "Now go to sleep." But after they left, there it was again, sitting on her bed and staring at her with no eyes. "Why are you doing this to me?" Sarah asked. "Why don't you leave me alone?" And the ghost put its fingers in its ears and wiggled them at her back and forth, then stuck its tongue out and went
I did not remember that one.
So like it's one of my favorites because you think that you're gonna be like, oh my god, did he like go and kill her? And then the parents come in the next morning.
The ghost is fucking with her the whole time. I'm just fucking with you, bro. Relax. Poor Sarah's traumatized of a goofball ghost.
It just wants to fuck with her. But I love that story because like we in past podcasts before, like I see ghost. And there's people that are spirits that are always around me. Willow, my husband's cat that has passed in 2020, fucks with me every single day that she can. Yeah. And so that story always resonates with me because I'm just like, there's somebody on her bed, Norby. And Norby's just like, whatever. And he just walks away.
That's fair. That's fair. He's been married to you for a while at this point.
Yeah, so he's used to it. Like I'll just all of a sudden he'll hear me like trip over myself like downstairs. He's like, "Honey, you okay?" And I'm like, "Fucking Willow!" Like just walk away.
I love the fact that your husband's so goddamn used to you that he's just like, whatever.
No, it's funny because like it's always like my uncle I always see, Willow I always see, and then there's like two other ghosts that are always around me, but I don't know who they are or what. But I always know that they're good. Like it's like the high five ghost, like the thumbs up, we're good, everything's fine, and like I let it roll.
It's like the Blanton's ghost. He's just there, just hanging out,
just chilling, just watching over me. That's fine.
Good. Well, I like that one. I was not expecting that goofy of an ending. Do you have another one to share for us? Because if you do, I have something for that. Tell me.
You have something for that?
Yeah, just tell me what.
Oh my god, what are you gonna do?
Don't worry about it.
Oh god, okay. I think there's one more. Hold on. No, that one's the too long one. I'm not doing that one.
This is great podcasting, y'all. Oh.
I know. Well, he tells me on the fly. He tells me like to do one.
I told her to have a couple ready. She said I was deciding between five.
A few. Well, and that's the thing is like I love like true crime or not true crime, true horror stories. And there's a lot in downtown Orlando. But I was like, I don't know. I need something out of the book because the book is the best.
All right.
Ooh. Okay, I'll do this one.
All right, ready? Hold on.
Yeah. That's weird.
Do you want me to stop it?
That's like so creepy and I love it. This actually works for this one, so it's fine. I think this is one. Okay, there it is. So it's called The Dead Hand. The village huddled. God, whiskey. The village huddled on the edge of the vast swamp. As far as one could see, there were soggy wet meadows, holes filled with black water, and glistening sheets of wet, spongy peat. Skeletons of giant trees, called snags, the people called them, rose up from the muck, and their dead branches reaching out like long, twisted arms. During the day, the men in the village cut the peat, hauled it home to dry, and sell for fuel. But when the sun went down and the wind, sighing and moaning, came in from the sea, the men were quick to leave. Strange creatures took over the swamp at night, and some even came into the village. That's what everyone said. People were so afraid that would not go out alone in the dark. Young Tom Pattison was the only person in the village who did not believe in those creatures. And on his way home from work, he'd whisper to his friends, "There's one," and they would jump and run. And Tom would laugh and laugh and laugh. Finally, some of his friends turned on him. "If you know so much, go back in the swamp some night and see what comes out of it." "I'll do it," said Tom. "I work out there every day, and not once have I ever seen anything to frighten me. Why should it be different at night? Tomorrow night, I'll make my lantern and I'll walk out on the willow snag. If I get scared and run, I'll make fun of you again." The next night, the men went to Tom Pattison's house to see him on his way. Thick clouds covered the moon, and it was the blackest of nights. And when they arrived, Tom's mother was pleading with him not to go. "It'll be all right," he said. "There's nothing to be afraid of. Don't be foolish like the rest of these." He took his lantern and, singing to himself, headed down the spongy path toward the willow snag. Some of the young men wondered if Tom wasn't right. Maybe they were afraid of these things that did not exist. And a few decided to follow him and see for themselves, but they stayed far behind in case he ran in trouble. They were sure they saw dark shapes moving about, but Tom's lantern kept bobbing up and down, and Tom's songs floated back to them like as if nothing happened. Finally, they caught sight of the willow snag, and there was Tom sitting in a circle of light, looking this way and that. All of a sudden, the wind blew out this lantern, and Tom stopped singing. The men stood stock still in the blackness, waiting for something awful to happen. The clouds shifted, and the moon came back out, and there was Tom again. Only now, he had his back pushed up against the willow snag, and he had his arms out in front of him, as if he was fighting something off. From where the men stood, it looked like dark shapes were swirling in and around him, and the clouds covered the moon again, and once more it was black as pitch. When the moon came out again, Tom was hanging on the willow snag with one arm. His other arm was stretched out in front of him, as if something was pulling it. It looked to the men as if rotting, moldy hand with no arm, just a dead hand, had grabbed Tom's hand. With one final wrench, whatever had hold of Tom jerked him into the muck. And that's what the men said. When the clouds blotted out the moon once more, the men turned and ran through the blackness toward the village. Again and again they lost the path and fell into muck and water holes, and in the end they crawled back on their hands and knees, but Tom Pattison was not with them. In the morning, the people searched everywhere for Tom. Finally they gave up, saying he was lost. In the morning, or after a few weeks later, toward evening, the villagers heard a cry. It was Tom's mom. She was rushing down the path from the swamp, shouting and waving. When she was sure the villagers had spotted her, she turned and ran back, and off they went after her. They found young Tom Pattison with the willow snag, groaning and gibbering, I hate that word, as if he had lost his mind. He kept pointing with one hand as something only he could see. Where his other hand should have been, there was nothing but a ragged stump of oozing blood. The hand had been ripped clean off. Everybody said it was the dead hand that had done it, but nobody really knows. Nobody will ever know except Tom Pattison, and he never spoke another word again.
Well, shit. When your friends are like, hey, man, like, oh, I dare you to do some shit. Don't be a Tom Patterson.
Do it.
Don't fucking do it, man. I remember scary stories of Tell in the Dark and more chilling tales, all that back in the day. And I loved that. All three of them I have at least two. Don't know where because I had to move. My bookshelves became whiskey shelves. But thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you picked those.
This is like one of my favorites out of it because this is one where a lot of the stories for the film came from.
Yeah.
So I love this one.
The film was underrated, but it was fan service. It was for me and you.
It absolutely was.
It was for people like us. So definitely not one of those ones that like are gonna make it anywhere near the literary classics. So my story.
Yay. Is the mood lighting coming back?
Yeah, it's going to be mood lighting. And I will tell you something about the story.
Because you don't have to read from a book. You're reading from a laptop.
So, first of all, don't be rude. And second of all, technically, it's an original story made by me.
Oh my God.
So technically, it's an original story.
Look, you wrote something for me.
Mind your business.
Aww.
So hold on. This story is called Reflections. So this story is about a mother and daughter. Mother is Sandra and the daughter is Rose. Sandra is a working mom, works as an overnight nurse in a local hospital. Has been working there for years and been bringing up her suck right in the thick of that teenage year daughter Rose, who thinks she knows it all and has no way of ever wanting to be friends with her mom again. Sandra's on her way out and says, Rose, I'm going to go to work tonight. Are you sure you don't want to stay with your friends? Or you want to go over there? And Rose says, no, it's just me and my dog. Like, I'll just be fine, Mom. Just go. I'm fine. I'm old enough. And, little spat back and forth. It's like, well, if you need anything at all, you let me know and I'll take care of it. You'll call you. You keep your phone on you. Stay safe. And she just puts her headphones back on. It's like, I'm fine, Mom. Just go. And her dog curled up in a ball in a corner somewhere, just wagging its tail, just happy as a dog is. You know how puppies are. Her mom leaves, goes down the stairs, closes the door, and Rose just puts her headphones on. At some point, she hears the dog just start looking, pointing, and growling towards the door. Not sure what's going on. What is it? Is everything okay? Is someone home? And Rose gets up, takes her headphones off, but doesn't hear anything. It's like, what? Oh, okay. Opens the door, looks downstairs, nothing. It's back. It's like, that's fucking weird. Stop acting weird. Shut up. Typical teenage daughter shit. Gotta be a little funny here. Mm-hmm. Sits back down, and she hears, "Honey, come downstairs." It's like, Mom? Mom, I thought you left. Yeah, I'm back. Come downstairs. I have something. It's like, sounds like her mom. It's like, why is she acting weird? Like, she should have gone to work. I'm like, honey, hurry up. Come downstairs. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, okay, something's wrong. I have to go down. She gets up. It's like, what the fuck, Mom? And she gets out the door, starts walking downstairs, and she gets grabbed from behind and pulled. Her mouth is covered by a hand. It's like, shh. Turns around, it's her mom. It's like, I heard it too. Don't go downstairs. Mm-hmm. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I heard it too. Don't go downstairs. From downstairs, exactly like her mom, she hears, honey, what's wrong? Come downstairs. Are you okay? Exactly like her. She's confused. She's staring at someone who looks exactly like her mom. And in the thick of all of that, her dog runs downstairs to hear the voice and goes after it. And he's like, no, come back. She's confused. She's scared. She's like, Max, come back up. Freaking out. And her mom, what seems like her mom, grabs her and pulls her into the room. They close the door. And she's just, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. When I drove away, I saw someone in the window. I saw someone sitting in the living room just staring out. And when I came back, I didn't see anyone. So I came downstairs and I started hearing my voice. She's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. And again, from downstairs, you hear, honey, is everything okay? Max is acting funny. Come downstairs. Come downstairs right now. You need to come downstairs. Her mom drags her into the room. They close the door, and they are freaking the fuck out. They don't know where that voice is coming from. They don't know what that is. They don't know what's going on. And she doesn't know if the person standing in front of her is her mom. Like, how are you here? Like, you left. I didn't see you come back upstairs. You would have made a noise. She's like, honey, it's me. We're fine. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared too. Suddenly you start hearing, honey, I'm coming up. What's going on? Are you okay? And they closes the door. She's like, I can't go out there. It's her and what she thinks is her mom. She's like, stay away from me. Don't come anywhere near me. Get the fuck away. She's like, no, it's me. I'm trying to keep you safe. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. We need to be okay. Please listen to me. We need to stop, close the door, lock it, put something against the door. She's like, stay away from me. They're freaking out. And all you hear is, someone's coming up the stairs, and they're heavier than she's heard her mom ever be. The footsteps are getting faster. Faster. To the point that now she can't hear her own heartbeat. She can't think. She can't breathe. She has no idea what's going on. She doesn't know what is happening in this house. She doesn't know where her dog is, doesn't know who is standing in front of her. And now the door just keeps being hit, banging on the door. It's like, stop it. Who's at the door? Honey, open the door. The person in there is not me. Honey, open the door. honey, right now, it's me, it's your mom. The woman in front of her just stares right back. It's like, don't open the door. It's not who you think it is. I promise you, it's not who you think it is. And that's it. All right, so guys.
I hate you. See, I'm a very auditory person, and like that was creepy as fuck. Okay.
There's more to it, and I had it all written down, but I didn't want to do it all because we have some limited time.
No, but that was good. I'm just like, okay, well, like how many fucking stairs are in there? Because like she was walking up for like a long ass time, and then like, is this a specter? Like I need to know. Like well, I have questions.
I want to do a full like second episode of it,
yeah,
like just a solid one of it, because there's parts of it that I didn't do. But and it's obviously I'm going off the dome of what I wrote down, but the stories that creep me out all the time are doppelgangers.
Yeah.
And this whole like unknown of what the history of that is and all that. And for those who are like, oh, that was kind of lame. No, there's a better written one somewhere. Shut up. Let me put that one. I know it's too fucking bright. Relax. We'll put relax.
I am the night. I don't like this.
But doppelganger stories have always been something that I've loved and enjoyed. So I started writing something that I called Reflections, where it's like these short stories of doppelganger interactions.
I love that. That's really cool.
Because I think it's the uncanny valley theory. Have you ever heard about that uncanny valley theory?
Yeah.
Like for those listening at home, uncanny valley is that our minds are there's a whole conspiracy theory that we are really freaked out by something that looks human but it's not human, or something that seems familiar but it's slightly off. And they say some people have the conspiracy theory that there at some point existed creatures, and that's part of what a lot of our mythos and creatures of doppelgangers and black-eyed children, and something that's we're inherently afraid of something that looks like us but isn't us.
Right.
Naturally. Like, why are we so freaked out naturally by that? And doppelgangers have always freaked me out because there's no understanding of it when you think about like changelings or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where someone's trying to replace you to take on your life.
That's so creepy.
Yeah. And that if you just suspend disbelief and think for some moment that at any point the person you thought you knew isn't really that person, when like friends take on different, like, hey, what's going on with you, man? You've been weird lately. Shit like that. So like you'll see those viral videos online where it's like they're like, hey, I'm hearing my own voice talking to me. And I'm like, nope, absolutely the fuck not. Burning the whole house down. You dying with me thing. I'm not scared, but I am freaked out by it. Like if I ever one time heard myself like, hey, come here, and it's me.
Yeah.
Even if it's Barry Manilow me, I'm not going.
No.
No.
No, I'm good.
Nope. This is my life now. I live in this room. I'm going to hop out this window and run.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But yeah, sorry if it wasn't as clean, but
no, I loved it. It was like I was getting really on the edge of my seat of like, because I have a door behind me, so I was like, when the door knocking started, I'm like, fuck, there's a door right behind me. What if they're knocking on the door? What if they're coming into my door?
I make up for not having the book in front of me with having the audio and being able to do that.
It definitely works. Oh my god, I can't.
That was funny because earlier you're like, what are you doing in that room? I was like, I just need to move over some tracks. And when I was moving was the dog one, because I was like, I needed the dog to yelp.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't like hearing the dog get hurt.
Oh, I know, but like it sounded like instead of getting hurt, it was just like, like scared, like cowering in a corner.
Yeah.
So I took it that way.
That's what I did. I instead of hearing it like die, I was like, no, it's just scared.
Yeah.
But what like that also kind of opens my questions. Like, what is something that you talked about the phobia show? You talked about all that. What is something that you really deeply don't know why, but you might fear? Like mine is straight up that doppelganger, that uncanny valley, like black-eyed children showing up at your door, or just something that like talk about not wendigos. There's creatures that are like supposedly like changing skinwalkers and stuff like that. Like those videos or voices in the distance, like that is like,
yeah,
chill the fuck out. Like I'm not cool with that. I will fight an alien. I will do my best I will fucking just fantasmas. I will pour holy water fucking all day. I'll put crucifixes. I will fight with crucifix brass knuckles if I have to. But that whole, I don't know if that's my actual friend or the person I love.
Yeah.
It was like, well, they're all dying now.
Well, I think it's like, I'm not like someone for like doppelgangers or something like that. It is hard because it's not that I enjoy like the whole like, okay, cool, possession. All right, whatever. Like stuff like that like doesn't really faze me. But when it comes to somebody in my house,
ooh, like home invasion stuff, like the movie.
Not really like home invasion, so to speak, but it's like, I mean, I guess kind of, but it's like either someone I invited in, but they are not the person that I thought they would to be. You know what I mean? Like they overstay their welcome and they end up like, being a psycho killer and like cut me up into like tiny little pieces. Or someone being in my house. Like every single time that I drive home, especially late at night and during like the twilight hours, so like between 1 and 3, I always get very like nervous if like the front door light is not on or if my patio light is not on. Like it's because I always fear that like someone's gonna like run up behind me. And I think it's like one, because like I'm a woman, so I always feel like someone's gonna either try and take advantage or whatever, but it's that fear of like, will I be able to like push them away? Will I be able to like take them over? What if this is a possessed entity that is wanting to like take me over or do harm to me? Not like a doppelganger, but it's like that creeps me out.
Yeah, those are logical fears. That's grounded in logic because
it is good. But that's the thing is like, sadly, everything that I have is grounded in logic when it comes to my fears.
Yeah,
that's just how I operate. Because everything else, I'm just like, oh my gosh, something gets possessed and I'm near it. That's great. Oh my gosh. What if this comes to my door? What if a Wendigo comes to my door? What if a chupacabra comes to my door? Oh my God, I'll feed them a goat. Like it just
sound real.
I'm like, maybe I could give it to my pet. Like stuff like that.
I'll give it canela.
Skinwalkers. I'll be like, your face is weird. Like, let's be friends.
But yeah, yours are based on like something that could
potentially happen. Yeah.
Not to freak you out. But have you heard those? There is an article about a woman that was living in someone's house. So it was a married couple. Mm-hmm. I'll find the article later on and share it. But there was a married couple. They had bought a house. And the things started like just being weird around the house. Like fridge was empty of stuff. Like something would go missing. It's like, hey, who the fuck drank all the orange juice? Like, I didn't drink it, honey.
Yeah.
And it would be things like that. And the husband and wife would kind of get into little tiffs and fights about it. Like, why the fuck are we fighting? It's like, who is eating this? Who's drinking this? Who's doing it? It's like, what the? I promise you it's not me. And I'm getting pissed off because people are moving shit around this house and I'm buying snacks and they're gone. Blah, blah. The doors are open. Who the fuck left this open? And they install cameras and then they find that someone comes out of their pantry.
What?
A person came out of their pantry. Apparently that person had been living inside of the walls. There's a crawl space that was built in the home where there was area to kind of like
what?
Basically a squatter.
Fire that inspector.
Basically a squatter who, because when the house was empty, they were living in the walls because they started finding like people were like, oh, they're real estate agents coming over all the time. So they just took place there. So they watched them on camera come out of the pantry, go to the fridge and stuff and eat stuff and then disappear back into the pantry. And there was like a hidden wall. And that had been going on apparently for months.
What?
And they're just fighting with each other. Like getting pissed off, like getting freaked out. I was like, and they didn't know what it was.
How do they use the facilities? See, like this is like I'm rooted in logic.
So they use the facilities when they went to work. So when the family went to work, they came out, did their shit, showered, whatever the fuck they needed to. Then they started picking up on their routine. They would wait till everyone was gone and come out and just be like basically the roommate that was never around. And I was like, what's scary about, like, the scarier part of that is even after you push that person out, they know all the crevices.
Yeah. But also too, like,
you put them in jail, you do whatever, but what happens after? Yeah. Like that person
burn the house down.
That person's also listen to you have sex and do all this stuff. They were just in your house. Any moment that you thought was private, this person was in your walls.
In the business. Oh, it's like Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. But he's the one who gets on the feature, not the one that ears.
No, I don't.
But that was a freaky thing. And I've realized as a grown-ass big dude, I've never worried about these things.
Yeah.
I've never worried once. It's like, okay, if a skinny little person's living in my wall, I'm probably going to choke them.
Yeah.
But like to your point, like you, Rosanna, like any of my like smaller friends, and it's like, that's a fucking frightening thing.
It is. Like,
And you're right. Fire the home inspector. Why did we not know about this crawl space?
Dude, you're supposed to inspect the house before I even get into the house. And also too, I'm sorry, the family, like I cleaned every single inch of my house when we moved in. Granted, I was like 8 months pregnant, so nesting was a thing. But still, I knew every single inch of that house. Mm-hmm. You didn't see like a trap door in your ma'am? Did you clean? God, you're gross.
But if it's a trap door, like you have to push a wall or something, like how hard are you pushing on a wall?
Oh, again, I'm rooted in logic. I tapped and pushed and.
Oh, okay. You're like, why does this sound hollow? Someone check this shit. But I
pull
saw
up the schematics.
I saw, Someone send me the blueprints.
This is a false wall.
I need to know I need to know where there's a safe. Is there a safe in here? Me and my safe room where I'm going to survive. Rosanna's getting killed. I wouldn't kill Rosanna. I wouldn't let her die. But
you just close the door.
Mm-hmm. The monster killed her. I didn't know. I'm not fucking with you.
I'm telling her.
No, everyone who didn't listen to the part one, I said in the Final Destination thing, I was like, I'm just going to go to a rubber room. Like we're just here. We're not moving. We're not touching stuff. Still find a way to kill me because that's how this fucking movie works. But there are some things that logic transcends for me. Like I don't really logical things. I was like, I can handle that. I could deal with that. I can, whatever. We'll figure it out. Or shit, I'm dying. Okay, that's what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm not fucking. All right, cool. Aliens took over the planet. The fucking Quiet Place. I would be fine.
Oh yeah.
Because I could easily just shut the fuck up forever. But a lot of our friends. Sorry, John, you got to die. Richie, you're gone.
Like, damn it, fuck.
Fuck. Are you kidding me? Those two? Fuck. I would never. Nothing would. Hey, no. But like some things, just logically, I understand. It's like there's a limit to it.
Yeah.
But things like doppelgangers or spirits, cucos, and all that stuff is like some things. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna win this one.
Yeah.
Short of Santeria.
Hey, we help.
I'll make a deal with the devil. All right, no, nothing. Guys, we are closing out. We're getting to that point. It's a little late. This is part
we crossed that line. It's fine.
Now we deals with the devil. Anything from a horror perspective that you just want to highlight and talk about in spooky season? Something that you love about either horror movies, books, or just horror in general? Before we close out. Oh my God! It's about what is it?
So I was hoping to get this in before I get it in.
Phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing?
If you haven't listened to me before, why not? But also too, I am an avid book reader. And what I love about the spooky season is that, of course, there's some spooky books. And there's anything from like true information, like true history. And then all the way up to my bread and butter, which is...
God damn it.
Smut.
I gave you the wrong end.
Yes, you did it. So all of my spooky babes out there, please follow me at Aurora Fable on Instagram. Hit me up because I love to do little book gatherings, and our highlight almost every other month is dark, creepy, haunted, smutty book readings. And you know what? I'm a trigger person, so the longer the trigger list is, the better for me. Let's open all those doors. Let's figure out what's going on. What's your new kink? What might not be a kink anymore? Let's find this out. So spooky season, go ahead and crack open a good.
Are you telling people to
book.
Dress up like dark fairies or fae and just fucking have at it?
I mean,
are we advocating for fae sex right now? Is that what's happening?
I'm not saying about fae sex, but like if you
that's the books you've been reading.
Not all of them. Not all of them are going to be fae. Okay, thanks. There's some werewolves.
God damn it. Done. I'm done with these goddamn.
Some poltergeist. It's great.
Haunted sex?
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous.
So yeah, like hit me up and I can get you a few books to learn about. So that's spooky season.
We have one person that I know is listening right now, specifically Anana, and she is
Okay.
all about the spooky shit and all about the random face smut and all the random shit, I promise you that these books are ridiculous.
Yes.
They're fucking ridiculous.
But you know what? It takes us away from the day to day, and it just gets our little giggles going, and it's wonderful.
Gets our little giggles going.
So you did wrong, honey. You opened that door for me.
I gave you an in.
And I knew I was gonna just
I gave you an in. I should not have. I should have just fucking ended the show and moved on with my life. Now I'm talking about poltergeist sex. Mm-hmm. I don't know any way I want to describe that. That's not inappropriate.
A little ghosty inhabiting certain objects. Think about that.
We're not. No. All right, we're moving. All right. So I'm gonna try to recommend a horror book or something for those that isn't about fucking ghosts inhabiting sex toys. There's a.
Who said anything about a sex toy? I said an object.
You own this silence. I'm not doing that. Guys, one of the books that I would recommend. Jesus, I have lost all track of where this fucking show is going.
You're welcome.
I've had multiple people. I want everyone to know this who's complimented this. When you are on the show, people love apparently our dynamic because you are so fucking out of pocket. And I always like respond in a manner that they were like, oh, that's funny. No, this is legitimately me right now. I was like, why are we talking about poltergeist pornography? Like poltergeist pornography.
Look, you opened the door. I just stepped through it, and
I didn't.
Then blasted the door wide.
This was like you had like a small crevice to walk it, and you just fucking kicked it in with a battering ram, and now there's poltergeist pornography is a keyword on my fucking.
I made it bigger to fit into,
Nope, not doing this today.
Also, the poltergeist doing the same thing.
Made it bigger to fit into. So there's a book. I don't even find a good book. There's a book by Stephen King called The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. Fucking read it. I don't care what you do. I need to move away from this.
What, you don't want to talk about bad dreams?
The Bazaar.
What kind of bad dreams do you got?
Jesus Christ. Are we doing an ASMR thing? I fucking did the Barry Manilow thing earlier. You looked at me like I was crazy. It wasn't even on purpose.
I gotta utilize the sick voice. I'm like my husband.
Hey guys.
It's like, hey.
Here at Bourbon and Bullshit, we very much are against poltergeist pornography. I don't want anyone thinking that this is part of our brand. It's part of
my brand.
It's part of our Sugar Mama's brand. So I guess it's 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon type of shit.
Yeah.
Is it 6 degrees or 7 degrees?
So yeah, technically you read the poltergeist spot with me. It's fine.
Because you funded me? Is that a thing?
Because it's currently on my phone.
Oh,
and your phone's right in front.
Jesus Christ. The book is A Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King. It's actually a bunch of little short stories because Stephen King does terrible endings, so I'm glad that he made weird little short stories. There's another book by Joe Hill called Strange Weather. I enjoyed it. Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. Mm-hmm. There's a couple books by Clive Barker that are classics and some new hotness or ones that so there's one that might be new to you, but not you specifically, but new in general. But this book is from like 1980 something called Necroscope. Okay. You follow couple characters, but he starts with a young kid who finds out that he is a medium in Britain, and he finds it out in the most fucking fat ass way. At least me, if I was a kid, I was like, that's smart. He goes to a private school and he spends every day at that private school has a graveyard, cemetery for everyone who like teachers and professors and all the stuff that died there and wanted to be buried there. And he just starts passing every class fantastically. You find out that he is learning and taking on the spiritual knowledge of all the past professors.
Oh my God.
And so he's not even freaked out by it. He just goes to the graveyard. He's like, I have a math test. Which one of you does math?
Oh, I love that. Okay.
So he finds that out. And
little cheater.
Yeah. But it finds out that
Smart cheater.
So in this book, he takes on the knowledge and all the expertise by talking to them and being part of them. And they take on him. At the same time, there's like a Russian dude who is a necromancer who has to eat the brains and contents of someone. Eventually they meet up and it's this giant fucking culmination of bad events. But it's a pretty dope book.
Oh my God, they had sex?
No. There's not necrotic sex in this. I specifically picked Books that people aren't fucking in.
Well, I mean, you know,
But it's a
that would be interesting.
Here at Bourbon Bullshit, we do not endorse necrophilia. I want everyone to be very clear. Don't fuck dead things. I didn't think I would have to say that on a show. But I'm here now.
Look, you
Do
know.
not fuck dead things. It's illegal and wrong. I don't care if they're ghosts.
Well, but they're not dead things. They're past dead.
What
They're
was the
ghosts.
movie with the dude with the pottery plant thing? And
Oh, ghost! Don't
Yeah.
get me started. That was sweet.
she's fucking a ghost.
That was so
She's fucking a ghost.
sweet. Look, it took her to a higher level.
Guys, if you ever wanted to feel inadequate, understand that you're poltergeist, because apparently, never mind, we're not doing that. But those are some horror recommendations. Hopefully you guys enjoy your spooky season. Make it
Yes.
to the shows that Aurora has on. Hopefully there will not be any poltergeist pornography going on stage. But at this point, I wouldn't put it past them. Maybe. Who knows? Aurora, anything for the good of all, and anyone you want to say to everyone? Where can they find you? Like, subscribe. Where are your tickets at? Why did you blank out?
Because it's
Are you thinking about the ghost?
no.
She's in a different world, guys. I've lost her for 5 minutes. I need you for 2 more minutes.
Okay, fine. You can catch me on Instagram at Aurora Fable. Shut up. At Aurora Fable, Instagram for Midnight Fables Cabaret, or of course Big Bang Boom Collective. We are restarting our I am rebooting. I'm sorry. We're restarting our trainings on Sundays. If you ever want to learn about burlesque, we're restarting in January. So we are taking the holidays off. Follow us on Eventbrite at Big Bang Boom Collective to get that ticketing information the moment we go ahead and put up. November and December tickets are live, and we have a full year for 2025. So yeah, I hope I'm here before then.
You will be, because
Yay.
you keep my lights on. So we got to make sure to keep you happy and play our homage. I just thought it was funny because you had brought up that you were German. Doppelganger is based. That word is German in history. German for double goer, which is weird. German folklore, wraith or apparition of a living person as distinguished from a ghost. Moving on. Guys, if you're liking everything we're doing, hopefully you enjoyed this bonus episode. It got a little bit off the rails, but I hope to put out one of these horror stories just for shits and giggles while I'm drunk. So you'll get a drunk horror episode, because at this point, fuck it, we're just going to put out content. But in no way, shape, or form am I a professional storyteller. So if you don't like it, I apologize for absolutely nothing, because I had never promised you shit, but a fun drunk story. You can find us at Bourbon _and_ BS on Instagrams and almost all the socials. TikTok is going to be popping recently. And by the time this episode releases, I hope to have submitted a pretty cool cocktail for public consumption called The Final Girl.
Ooh.
In the spirit of all the final girls who've made it and fought back. Jamie Lee
Yay.
Curtis, Sigourney Weaver in Aliens. All the final girls who just said, fuck you guys, I'm going to take care of this, because all those big brolic men lost. Which I always find to be great.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And please don't fall for the horror tropes. Don't go into the woods by yourself. Don't say, oh, there's a noise. Or don't go towards the graveyard to get away from the bad guy. Why do we do that? Why do we go to the spookiest place? Not. And also drive with fucking extra gas. If you're on a road trip, don't stop at the fucking crazy looking gas. Don't be an idiot.
Don't live on the edge.
Yeah. These motherfuckers are like, oh, we can stop in 3 miles where it's the fucking country bumpkin area. No. Fucking go right now to the 7-Eleven, Greg. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't text your ex. Don't fucking do seances. Unless you're going to record it, because I think it'll be comical. Take care, guys, and be safe. Hey, guys. Today's episode was brought to you by Burn, Termite, and Pest Control. I first met Joe Byrne on Full Frontal Nerdity Show and decided to give his company a try. They have been the best pest service I've ever had. From flexible scheduling, attention to detail, fair pricing, and everything you love about a small business, I highly recommend Joe Byrne and Burn Termite and Pest Control. It's a family-owned and operated business with over 30 years of experience in termite and pest. You can reach Burn Termite and Pest Control at 321-297-7985. Once again, 321-297-7985. And let them know Bourbon and Bullshit sent you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.